Ask the captain, can the 747 be saved? Question, can the 747 be saved? It's sad to see the most beautiful and iconic passenger plane ever built being retired. What has accounted for its demise? Could they not attach new, more efficient engines to newer models and keep her flying? What about incorporating a new wing design? Submitted by reader Anthony Carron, Santa Barbara, California. Answer: the 747 will remain in service and cargo operations for several more years. In passenger service, it has been overtaken economically. The new fuel-efficient twins cost so much less to operate that the 747 cannot compete. The 747 entered service in 1969 as one of the technological marvels of the day. In the 48 years since, it has remained iconic. Nearly 50 years in service is a remarkable feat for any airplane. Four-engine airplanes are becoming more rare due to economics and the technical advances of the twins. This trend will continue. I've read about the inevitable death of the 747 because it is too costly to operate a four-engine aircraft. Why can't engine manufacturers come up with an engine similar to what is on the more fuel-efficient aircraft, for example, producing a version of the engine that is on a 787 or a 777, to fit and safely propel the 747? Randy, Phoenix. A. The total thrust required is the key, not the number of engines. A 777 engine may be equal to two 747 engines, but the wing is not designed to take such a large engine in one place. The 747 originally flew in 1969, in those days it took 4 engines to power it. Therefore, the design was centered on 4 engines. Since then, engine technology has improved, making more powerful engines common. However, the design limitations remain for the 747. The 777, a twin-engine airplane, can fly almost as many people, almost as far as a 747, but it was designed 30 years later. It may be possible to re-engine a 747 to a twin, but I have not heard of an economical way. For airlines, 2 engines are better than 4. Can a Boeing 747 be converted to a military plane? Lye, Pennsylvania. A. The original design of the 747 included the ability to convert it to a military cargo airplane. The nose of these specially built freighters lifts up, allowing access for a large cargo. Passenger 747s can be converted into troop carriers. During the Gulf War of 1990, many airliners flew troops to the Middle East. While they were not true military airplanes, they were an important addition to the Air Force's transport capability. Can you compare the current Boeing 747 to when they were first made? Morgan, New Zealand. A. The newest generation 747, the Dash 8, is much more fuel efficient and capable than the original 747 that flew in 1969. It can carry much more payload and fly a greater distance while burning less fuel. The new 747 is easier to fly and can land in lower visibility conditions than the original 747. The $300 million plus price tag is much more expensive than the original 747. How many flaps does the Boeing 747 have on each wing? Sent via email. A. This is a more complex question than it appears. The 747 has inboard and outboard trailing edge flaps that consist of 3 panels. Additionally, there are Kruger flaps on the inboard section of the leading edge. Have a question about flying? Send it to travel@usatoday.com. John Cox is a retired airline captain with U.S. Airways and runs his own aviation safety consulting company, Safety Operating Systems.